Children, I am going to do a small problem which is related to our average speed. Okay, here it's like that. An object travels 16 meter in 4 seconds. So at first that object travels 16 meter by taking 4 seconds. This is the first session. Okay, now another 16 meter in 2 seconds. Again that object is under motion, so it is traveling again the 16 meter by taking 2 seconds. They asked us to find out the average speed. So we have first distance, which is 16 meter. I put that as D1. The second distance it travel, again this another 16 meter, I put it as D2. Time is, first time I am putting it as T1, which is 4 seconds. And the second time I am just putting it as T2, which is 2 seconds. So we know average speed. In order to calculate the average speed, what we are doing that, the equation for the average speed is total distance divided by total time. Okay, total distance divided by total time is the equation for average speed. So here we need to find out two things, total distance and total time. So I am putting this as our first equation. So what is the total distance here travel? 16 meter in the first trip, in the 16 meter, and the second trip another 16 meter. So the total distance that body travel is 16 plus 16, which is 32 meter. Okay, now the total distance we got 16 plus 16, which is 32, and the total time it travels. What's the total time it travels? It will be 4 plus 2. In the first session it take 4 seconds, and in the second session it take 2 seconds. So the total time is 4 plus 2, which is 6 seconds. So we know in order to get average speed, we need to divide the total distance with the total time. So in order to get the average speed, total distance is 32. We are putting these two values here in the first equation. In the place of total distance, I can substitute 32. In the place of total time, I can substitute 6. So 32 divided by 6. That is this is the equation. Which is the value for the average speed here. If you want, you can put meter per second. So again, if you want, you can simplify. 32 divided by 6 is 5.3 something meter per second. So simply we find out the total distance, then we find out the total time, then we divide both this, find the ratio of both this. That is what the average speed. We are going to solve a problem which is like this. During an experiment, a signal from a spaceship reached the ground station in 5 minutes. Okay, so they are telling a spaceship is there, and from the spaceship, signal to the ground reaches. Signal is coming from the spaceship to the ground, and it reaches there in 5 minutes. Okay, what's the distance of spaceship from the ground? We want to know what's the distance is there between the spaceship and the ground. In between these two, what is the distance we want to find out. But they already given one more data, speed of this signal. The signal speed, which is 3 into 10 raised to 8, they already given. So while doing a physics problem, first you want to write the values which they already given in the question. Okay, so here you can see during an experiment, a signal from a station reaches the ground station in 5 minutes. So 5 minutes is given. So which is definitely it will be a time. So time is given, which is 5 minutes. Okay. Now, what's the distance of spaceship from the ground? We want to find out distance, but one more thing they had given, which is speed of the signal. So, speed is given, which is 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. Okay. So, while doing that, while going through the values, it's clear speed. In the case of speed, distance is taken in meter and the time is taken in second. Okay. So here the time is in minute. Always while doing this type of problem, time should be in second. We need to convert the time to second. So how to convert the minute to second? We need to just multiply with 60. So here it is 300 seconds. Okay. So time is now it's in second and speed is given, which is 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. We have an equation for speed, which is speed is equal to distance by time. Okay. So I hope all of you know the way how to move a term to LHS, how to move a term from the right side to the LHS, like that things I hope you know. If this denominator thing when comes to this side, it will be instead of division, it come as multiplication. So what will happen? If this time is come to this side, what happen? Here it is in the division form. It is in the denominator. So when comes to this side, what will happen? It will be time into speed. Okay. So whenever a quantity which is in denominator comes to this side, what happens? The other side, it will be in the numerator and sign also is getting changed. That you know, you already studied in maths. So which is equal to distance. So what's an equation for distance we got? Distance will be speed into time. Okay. Now, how can you move like this? In order to get, we want to get the distance here. Here, we want to get the distance between the spaceship and the ground. So, in order to get the distance according to this equation, what we need to do? Just we need to multiply time with that of speed. Is it clear? So, time is 300 seconds and speed is 3 into 10 raised to 8. That is what the distance. Now, how can you do this? This is 300. 300 into 3, which is 900. So, just put 10 raised to 8 also. So, this is what should be in meter. Okay. So, power of 10, I am just putting the, without doing anything, I am just multiplying 300 with 3. Here we know velocity or speed has 2 units, main 2 units. One is meter per second and the other is kilometer per hour. So usually in your lower classes, what you're doing, in the case of distance, we usually convert the distance in meter to kilometer, kilometer to centimeter, centimeter to meter, and like that. So the same what we are doing in the case of velocity. So here 50 kilometer per hour velocity. So 50, which is in kilometer per hour, we want to change to meter per second. So kilometer per hour need to change to meter per second. So what we want to do is that first we need to convert kilometer to meter. So that we need to multiply with 1000. Okay. Now we want to convert hour to second. We need to multiply with 3600. That you know. In order to convert hour we need to convert minute we need to convert to second. So we need to, if we are directly converting hour to second, we need to convert, multiply with 3600, that you know. So if you are simplifying, we will get 5 by 18, which means in order to convert kilometer per hour to meter per second, only you need to do multiplying that value, which is 50, with 5 by 18. Okay, this is what a shortcut. Instead of doing 1000 by 3000 divided by 3600, we need to avoid that multiplication. We just multiply with 5 by 18. Clear? So how we can multiply this 5 by 18? 9 times 50, 25 times. So 125 into 5 divided by 9.